Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light Dak tweet gets only 90 likes. Not even the Dallas Cowboys can help save Bud Light. Vivek on Elizabeth Warren's net worth goes viral. Ron DeSantis' inner monologue parody goes viral as well. Anheuser-Busch National Lager Day tweet is ratioed as usual. Macy's is considering a $5.8 billion buyout. BlackBerry names a new CEO. And Doritos to launch a nacho cheese flavored vodka. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. That's the joke you see. If you're a business owner or IT leader, you reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December, so if you click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Macy's considering a $5.8 billion buyout. Now this comes to us thanks to the OG news, the ones that makes me always feel a little more nostalgia. Good old Yahoo Finance, which was the OG search engine back in the day. Now Macy's, they've actually been doing better than I thought. If you look at their stock long-term wise, they've probably the most well-known retailers in the United States. I think everyone knows Macy's Day's Parade. They've been iconic in cinema, filmography, and, well, truth be told, I think I haven't shopped there since 1993 or 4 or something like that. Years ago. Needless to say, as you know if you've tuned into the show before, I like to buy one suit and make it last forever and just suit up as the occasion calls for it. Now, with Macy's, look at their stock. It's $17.30 per share. 5-year trend, they haven't crashed, but it's not great. Their 5-year trend is down negative 37.14%. In the past 1-year trend is down 14%. Year to date, they're down negative 10.78%. Now, interestingly enough, the past 6 months, their stock is actually up by 16.97%. So that is quite a big dip. Past month, they're up positive 58.14%. Jeez Louise, this is why I always say hindsight is always 20/20, especially with investing. Who would have ever guessed? Maybe, well, obviously not no one because someone bought the stock, but who would have guessed you could have doubled your stock or doubled your money by buying Macy's stock? I would have never gambled that. I would have never guessed that. Now, the 5-day trend, it looks like they're up 14.19%. And then the past day, they're actually down negative 6.51%. Now, the past couple of days, their stock jumped exponentially. So a couple of days ago when this news first broke, it helped the stock jump up by about 21% just at the news of someone giving them a possible offer to buy them out, again, for $5.8 billion. Now, the specific offer is coming from a real estate investor, Ark House Management, and an asset manager, Brigade Capital Management. This is according to a source familiar with the matter that told Yahoo Finance. The offer values Macy's at $21 per share, was reportedly submitted on December 1st. The company's board is apparently mulling over the offer. Now, it looks like that offer price puts a 32.4% premium to Macy's, and of course helps rise the shares exponentially higher. Now, there are some people saying it may be actually undervalued. It looks like back in 2022, a investment bank valued Macy's real estate holdings alone in the range of $6 to $8 billion, with one of their prized real estate portfolio headlining being its iconic Herald Square location in New York City, which is one of the golden values of all these old companies. Back in the day, most retailers actually owned the locations where they put their stores. Nowadays, it's overwhelmingly much more common for them to do a long-term lease agreement. Everything from Starbucks to big box retailers. Usually they'll just have a lease either through they just lease the actual land, or it's just through, if it's like a Starbucks, it's like a strip mall, it's just a lease for that specific unit in the whole strip. And a lot of these companies, Sears included, well, part of that big value was that they owned the real estate, which, again, I'm not giving financial advice. truth be told, Lord knows I wish I bought land when I first moved to Texas. Housing has gone like 3x since I moved here. Jeez Louise. Talk about another missed opportunity. But nevertheless, long term, more often than not, real estate does go up in value, which is why so many people, it's a whole investment community in and of itself. Now, Sears, they had that same instance where they had a lot of very valuable land, and a lot of people are concerned, well, if they buy out Macy's, let's say they do, take it private, there's a lot of speculation that they might split the company into a real estate division and then a real estate division, and basically you have one company charge the other company and you just maximize that until they go bankrupt. This has happened before in other similar instances. I think most famously perhaps was Sears, where a very precarious situation where you had the CEO also being the investor of the company that was loaning them money and buying them out. Interesting topic for another time perhaps. So it'll be interesting to see the real the $1 billion question is now the time for them to sell. And if they do go private, what's the upside? Are they going to force them to divide the assets into the real estate and then just the retail? In what, at the end of the day, how would it benefit the company? More importantly, how would it benefit the consumers? How would it actually improve the customer experience when you're shopping there? I mean, they certainly have one of the most well-known brands in retail, but they've also been struggling throughout the years as e-commerce has blossomed to go exponentially more popular. And of course, I know Macy's probably has an interweb e-commerce platform as well where you can buy t-shirts for whatever the heck they sell these days. But let me know in the comments, do you think having them bought out, going private does give them some advantages? You can move a little bit more agile, you don't have to worry about the stock prices much. You can focus much more on making bigger decisions and bigger changes. But let me know, do you think it'd be a net benefit for them to go private, or do you think this buyout would actually make the whole situation a lot worse? I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December. So if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some feedback so I know how to make the show and the channel better and better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.